Hi everyone, welcome to Cooking for Cancer and Chronic Disease. My name is Angela Zaccanini, registered dietitian, and today we have Julia Pallas with us. She is a student at Pitt, but she will be a dietitian very soon.
Very soon.
Getting close. Today we're going to be bringing you a chocolate banana smoothie recipe, and Julia found this recipe in the Cancer Fighting Kitchen cookbook, which is Rebecca Katz cookbook. We've used this in the beginning recipes a lot, in the beginning videos that we've done, but we really like this cookbook in particular because it talks a lot about symptoms associated with cancer treatment, and some good recipes to help combat those symptoms.
Right.
So we wanted to bring you an easy but nourishing, also anti-inflammatory,
definitely anti-inflammatory
smoothie. Okay, so you want to talk to us about the ingredients, what we have going on here.
Okay, so we're making a chocolate banana smoothie. So we're going to start with just some almond milk. You can use whatever milk you typically use. If it's cow's milk or almond milk or oat milk, anything would work for a smoothie like this. We're then going to go in with some bananas. The recipe calls for frozen bananas. We're using fresh today, but we're also going to add in some ice cubes to make it a little colder and thicker. And then we're going to go with some cocoa powder, and cocoa powder is rich in antioxidants, so it's really healthy to add to a smoothie, or any other kind of sweet recipe you're making, like oatmeal, anything like that. And we buy the unsweetened, just make sure it's unsweetened. And then we're going to add in some peanut butter. You can also add almond butter. We just had peanut butter today. Also really rich in healthy fats, anti-inflammatory, omega-3 fats. So it's a great addition to the recipe, and you could switch it up for almond butter, any kind of nut butter, even like sunflower butter. I know people like if people have allergies. Then we're going to go in with some ground flax seeds. And again, these are really rich in omega-3 fatty acids. They got some protein in there too, so it's, again, a really good thing to add to a smoothie. It also adds some texture. I think it like kind of, I like the texture it adds to a smoothie. And then some maple syrup for sweetness, some vanilla extract for some sweetness and flavor, and then just some salt. So I think.
Yeah, that's perfect. I think overall, chocolate, bananas, I mean, you really can't go wrong. And I do think when you add bananas to any smoothie, they really just take the taste.
Definitely.
Right? Like
I love adding banana to smoothie.
Yeah.
And the texture, I think the texture even more than the taste, especially when they're frozen, it really makes it like kind of like a milkshake texture.
Totally agree.
So highly recommend freezing your bananas.
Yes. I always end up freezing them right when, I like my bananas when they're almost like,
when they have some brown spots on
it.
That's when they're the most sweet. I think they're the best at that stage
too. So if you don't like them past that point, or you don't think you're going to use them and they're going to go bad.
Right, stick them in the freezer.
Yeah, because they last forever.
Right, they really do. Yeah, I have frozen bananas in my freezer all the time. Because if I ever want a smoothie, I just pop it in the blender.
Yes. Do you peel yours before adding to the freezer?
I do. I usually peel them and chop them up into little bites. That way, because it's really hard to break them up.
Oh my gosh.
When it's frozen solid.
Yes, and that peel turns black.
Oh
and
my God,
people go in your freezer, they're like, what the heck is in your freezer?
Yeah, it does look scary. But even if you do leave the peel on, the banana's still fine, even when it turns black. So.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, so.
Want to get started?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm just going to start by adding in, this is 3 cups of almond milk, and this makes 3.5 cups of smoothie. So that's a good amount. Yeah. So I'm sure a good amount of people can be fed with this amount of smoothie.
For sure.
Then I'm going to add in the peanut butter. Can I have a spoon?
Yes, you can.
I forgot about that.
Let me grab that for you. Do you need a couple spoons, or are you okay with?
You know what? This should just be fine.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, so I'm just going to add in the peanut butter, and this is 1.5 tablespoons. So usually a serving of peanut butter is going to be about 2 tablespoons. Usually that'll be about 200 calories. So it's a really good source of protein and those good healthy fats. Okay, next I'm going to go in with the flaxseed. This is just, I think, 1 tablespoon, but it still packs a punch with those healthy fats.
Let's talk real quick about the flax seeds, how to get the benefit and to absorb and digest flax seeds, they have to be ground.
Yes, it's better to get the ground ones. If you do eat the regular ones, you're still going to get some benefits, but your body is going to be able to digest the ground ones a lot easier.
Yeah.
So
they tend to go right through you if they're not ground.
Yeah.
So definitely purchasing either ground flaxseed, or these are like golden flaxseed mill,
Right.
which is also like a texture
Yeah, exactly.
difference.
It's kind of like flakier
Yes,
than just the ground.
exactly. Okay.
Okay, next we're going to go in with some maple syrup. This is just half of a teaspoon, so a pretty small amount. If you like your smoothie sweeter, you can always adjust and add a little bit more. Then this is 2 tablespoons of the unsweetened cocoa powder. Then we're also adding a little bit of cinnamon. So that wasn't in the original recipe, but cinnamon is really anti-inflammatory. So it's really good for you, and I like the flavor with the chocolate and bananas.
I agree.
So can't go wrong with a little cinnamon.
Yep.
And then finally, not finally, we're gonna add just a fourth of a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And then finally, we're gonna go in with our bananas.
Yes.
So, like I mentioned, I recommend using frozen bananas. We just have fresh today, but either one works totally fine.
Yeah, I agree though. Adding ice, again, I love my smoothies cold.
Yeah.
So ice is key. If you have frozen bananas, that replaces the ice.
Right, exactly.
But also the texture, you're right, it thickens it up.
It definitely thickens it.
So it's almost like a milkshake consistency
Right.
rather than a juice.
Right.
Almost.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that.
Yeah, so I prefer adding some sort of ice, or again, freezing your bananas for sure.
But if you do prefer a smoothie that's kind of thinner in texture, then non-frozen bananas are probably the way to go.
Yep. Do you want to add a pinch of salt?
Yes.
What do you think?
Yeah, we'll add a pinch of salt.
Okay.
I think that a pinch of salt with your sweet is always good.
Yep.
A little sweet and salty. So just a little pinch. It's maybe more
That
than
may
a
be
little
a
pinch. We'll just do a
do a
pinch of
pinch
that.
from the
Yeah. Let's get rid of this extra. We don't want it to be too salty.
No. Okay. Even though I love salt. It's,
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Want me to grab some ice cubes?
Oh, yes. And just a couple will do the trick and cool it down a little bit. Do you think that's good?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so we're just going to put the lid on. Make sure it's on.
Okay.
It's on.
I think so.
Okay, it's going to be a little bit loud.
Yeah. I'm gonna hold it just in case.
Yeah.
Down. Yep.
Came together super fast.
Yeah. Almost looks like chocolate milk.
It does.
And that's
feel
why
like
they
that looks
suggest
pretty
the
blended.
Vitamix.
I was going to say, this was impressive.
That thing has some power.
Yeah, I remember going to Sam's Club or Costco, like when the Vitamix first came out, they used to have demos, and I was always amazed by the Vitamix, and I always wanted one. They would have samples of like soup that they made in there.
So we wanna soups. That's a great idea.
Yeah,
You wanna go in and maybe
like scrape it down a little. Yeah.
just so we're not eating cocoa powder.
Yeah, that would not
by
be
the
good.
spoonful. Yeah.
Yeah, so true.
The thing about the Vitamix is that what the heck is the thing at the bottom called?
Like the blade.
Thank you, Julia. Yes, the blade. It does not come out.
Oh.
So it's very hard to clean.
I was gonna say.
So typically what we do is once we dump like the smoothie out or whatever.
Do you put like soap and warm water in there?
Yes, and then blend it again.
Okay. Yeah, I've
because,
seen people do that.
I mean, it's
Yeah, how else
impossible
are
to
you
get in
supposed to-
there. Yeah.
Without
okay.
like cutting yourself.
Right.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit more. Should be good, right? I don't know
I
if
think
it's
so,
actually
too.
getting to that, but
Right.
it's okay. All right, let me grab some.
It smells good.
Yes, some cute little glasses for us to try.
Perfect.
Do you want to quickly touch on the nutrition facts?
Yes. So, in one serving of this smoothie, you're going to get 165 calories, 8 grams of fat, and 2.8 grams of that are going to be monounsaturated fat. So that's the healthy kinds of fat. That's coming from things like the ground flax seeds, the peanut butter. Anything else? No, just those two things are going to give you your healthy fat. 22 grams of carbs, and that's coming from the banana and a little bit of maple syrup. 4 grams of protein, and you could always up the protein by adding in some protein powder or some yogurt.
Yes.
Would really be good. Even some like vanilla flavored yogurt would probably be really good.
I think that's a great idea.
Also has 4 grams of fiber, which is great. That's coming from the flax seeds and the bananas.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I feel like this is a pretty good snack, like 165 calories.
Super low calorie.
Yeah, right, not bad at all.
And I think if you're looking for something sweet and satisfying,
Right.
this is going to hit the spot.
I think so. And if you're not feeling super hungry, this is a good way to at least get in some nutrients without feeling super, full.
I agree.
It's
and the
easy to drink.
mouthfeel and the coldness.
I was going to say, yeah, it would probably feel good if your mouth is feeling sore.
Yep.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
Cheers. Delicious.
It is really good.
Yep. It's not too heavy.
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
It does kind of feel like you're drinking chocolate milk.
Yeah.
Especially like without the frozen bananas, it's really like pretty thin.
Yeah. Yeah. I probably would need this colder.
I was gonna say it isn't as cold as I probably would like it, but.
And I actually do prefer the thickness of the frozen bananas.
Right.
So
I think you're right.
I think next time freezing
Frozen,
the bananas. The recipe called for almond butter, right?
Yes.
We use peanut butter, which I think peanut butter actually has more flavor.
I think peanut butter definitely has more flavor.
Yeah. So I think the only thing, if you're looking to pack in the protein, I love the fact that you said adding some Greek yogurt.
Right. And that could also help with the texture too if
Yes.
you want a little bit thicker.
Thicken it up. Or an added protein powder, because a lot of our patients in particular really want to boost the protein content. It's very hard for them to meet their needs,
Right.
especially during active treatment when their
Right,
needs
yeah.
are increased. So there's ways around that for sure.
Yeah, you can even, instead of adding milk, like add an Ensure or a Boost.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
It's like the base.
Right, exactly, because
Yeah.
at least then you're getting all the nutrients of the nutrition supplement.
Yeah.
Plus some extra fiber, some extra protein,
Yep.
some extra flavor.
Rebecca Katz here, she includes some variations in her recipes, and she even said to put 1 tablespoon of coconut oil if you want healthy fat and calories.
Yeah.
I actually did a cooking demo with the Pittsburgh Steelers a couple years ago, and one of the Steelers mentioned that he will add olive oil to his
Interesting.
smoothies to boost up his calories and fat.
Interesting. I mean, that's a really great way because you
Yeah.
probably won't notice the taste, and it's not really a lot of volume, but
Right.
it packs a punch with the calories and the fat,
I
the
mean,
healthy fats.
1 tablespoon is what, 120 calories?
Right. If you're really trying to get in some extra calories, you're not feeling hungry, it's a really great way to do it.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Well, this is great. We will add this particular recipe to the description below. If you have any comments, please leave them. If you have any feedback, questions, concerns, if you want more smoothie recipes, please let us know. I am going to include my email here at the bottom of the screen. Okay, so please feel free to reach out to me directly if you have any suggestions, recipe ideas. If you're looking for something specific, we would love to hear from you. We really do appreciate the feedback. All right, so I think that's all we have.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good first debut.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.